Go ahead.
Okay, so the graph is talking about the left side of the heart and we know this because it is more muscular since the blood goes through the rest of the body, so it has to be more muscular to be able to pump all the blood out.
Okay.
So the blood comes in through the pulmonary veins into the left atrium. As the pressure builds up and the blood fills the left atrium, the AV valve opens and the blood goes through to the left ventricle.
Go.
So as the AV valve is open and blood is filling the left ventricle and the volume is getting bigger, then the AV valve closes, and that's the lub sound of the heartbeat, the lub of the lub dub. And then the pressure greatly increases when the muscle contracts and pushes the blood volume out through the aortic semilunar valve and into the aorta. So the graph shows that the volume of blood decreases as the pressure increases because it's pushing forcefully the blood out the semilunar valve, which is open at this time.
So as soon as this aortic semilunar valve opens, or as soon as it closes, the AV valve reopens, and the blood in the right atrium or left atrium goes back down into the left ventricle to start this process all over again. When this closes, that makes the dub sound of the lub dub of the heartbeat. So the ventricle diastole occurs when the aortic semilunar valve closes, which means that the left ventricle is empty, as the left atrium fills up with blood and the AV valve opens to let the blood flow into the ventricle.
Right? And then systole.
And then the ventricular systole is when the left atrium is empty because the blood has already flown. All the blood went down to the left ventricle, which means that this AV valve was opened and then
Closed.
Or the AV valve was closed as all the blood flowed down to the ventricle, and the aortic semilunar valve is open, and this contracts so that it's all pulled out the body.
So the atrial systole is when the left atrium is contracting, and that corresponds with the P wave of an EKG. And then atrial diastole is when the left atrium is relaxed, and that corresponds with the T wave of an EKG.